I go over here, yeah.
Oh,
Look at you. You're a kind person. Look at you.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it, but you thought first. Let me take care of somebody else, not myself. That says a lot about you. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice.
All right, I'm gonna take this off. I think I'm far enough away from everyone to be safe, and I've been vaccinated. So I think we're good. Well, welcome to the elevator pitch competition. We have, I think, everyone that showed up, we have 7 competitors today. So you guys range from undergrad to graduate. We have 1 sophomore, the rest seniors, and 1 master's student. And y'all's majors, business majors. We have some, I think, a doctor of pharmacy and sort of everything in between. So if my staff will come up here real quick. Sorry, guys, I told y'all to go sit back there, but I want to introduce, I think it's important that you get to know the Career Center and what we do and sort of our faces and what we look like so that you know that we're approachable and you guys can come see us. So I'm Kristen Chandler. I'm the director of the Career Center. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, and then you're on over here, so make sure they can see you.
All right. I'm Victoria George. I'm the assistant director of the Career Center. Hello, I'm Shawnee Hall Trotter. I'm the office manager of the Career Center.
Hello, everyone. My name is Colin Burke. I've seen probably 30–40% of you guys in the office for some reason or another. I want to wish you all the best of luck today.
Hey everyone, my name is Johnny Marsall. I'm a student employment coordinator, so you guys can contact me if you guys need anything.
All right, perfect.
And then we have our
Our 2 student workers,
graduates.
a graduate assistant. Yeah, y'all come up, introduce yourself, so people will see you at the front desk. They know who you are. Speak up. One of y'all go first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kimberly Ford, and I'm a GA here.
Hey, I'm Emily Robinson. I'm a student worker, so if y'all have any needs or questions, I can send an appointment or get someone to help.
Okay, thank y'all. Okay, and so with that, I'll turn the computer so we can let our judges introduce themselves. Okay, I think we can see there. Okay, so if you'll start for me, Rick.
I'm Rick Boone, news director of NBC 10 and Fox 14, and I'm all about hearing elevator pitches every day for people who want jobs, from journalists to producers to digital people to everybody that you can imagine in a newsroom or environment, from production assistants and on. I get pitched all the time, so I think I'm probably qualified for this just as much as our other wonderful judges. Glad to be here.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Valerie Fields, Vice President for Student Affairs here at the University of Louisiana at Monroe. Very excited to share with our students and hear them do their elevator pitches. And I am glad to be among 2 great gentlemen. And so I'm just glad to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Chaz Lilly. I teach in the communications department. Worked in public relations and media relations for a decade in Dallas or so. Used to being pitched and hearing media pitches and producing and teaching students how to pitch stories too. So I felt sort of in the realm of what I do. And thankful to be on the panel too.
Okay. Okay, so why is this important? What is the elevator pitch? Why is the elevator pitch important? So anytime you are interviewing for anything, some of y'all are in professional programs, you certainly had to interview for that. You've probably interviewed for part-time jobs, internships, full-time jobs, anything. So when that opportunity comes, it could be a scheduled opportunity. It could be something that you're at a networking event. You get introduced to a hiring manager with a company you're interested in working for, and it can happen that fast. And so you need to understand your brand. So what are your experiences? The experiences that you've gotten, what skill sets have you developed from those? How can you translate that to whatever it is that you're trying to do? So that's if you're applying for a job. And that's one of the options today is your elevator pitch can be as if you are applying for a hypothetical or a real job. And so it's also related to the question that everybody loves when you first sit down for your interview. Tell me about yourself. Okay, so what they're wanting to know is how your experiences and your accomplishments and your skill sets and qualifications fit to the job that you're trying to get. That's what they're wanting to know. Where you've been, where you are, where you're trying to go. And that's the whole point of this. And the more you don't want it to be too rehearsed, but the more you understand what you've done and that you can communicate that well, then you're just going to get those opportunities. Okay. And then the other option we have, some of you guys are doing a business plan or an idea, and it could be a real business plan or a hypothetical. Okay. So you never know when you might meet someone and you're in conversation, networking somewhere, and they say, well, tell me your idea. Tell me this could be an investor, or they know someone who knows someone, right? That happens all the time. So you have to know your product, whether it's an actual product that you're inventing, having invented, or it's your own personal brand. Okay, so that's what we are doing today. And let me get my list. So you all drew numbers. I've always assigned who goes in what order, but this time we drew numbers. So first up, we have Tyler Lane. Okay, Tyler is a senior business administration major. You can come on up, Tyler. And you're going to be applying for a job, correct? Okay, when you are ready, let me get my timer. Over here, you have 90 seconds. You have up to 90 seconds. So when you hear my alarm go off, just stop if you haven't stopped already. Give me 1 second. Okay, you can go ahead when you're ready.
My name is Tyler Lane. I'm a business administration major, and when I graduate, I will become a sports agent. So my career goal is to become a sports agent for the Creative Arts Agency, and I am very passionate about sports. So sports has taught me that to give it all you have, and it's taught me that challenges are, a part of life, and I just, yeah. So what I've learned, the business program here is very, very challenging. So I feel like I'm more than capable for this position because I've taken classes like business communication and business law, which has prepared me the most for this position. And I'm just sorry, y'all. But being an RA too has also prepared me for this role because I interact with 30 plus students, and
Okay, time. Okay, thank you, Tyler. Y'all give him a round of applause. All right, thank you, Tyler. Great job. Yeah, this isn't easy. So let me just say again, I always say this is all learning experience. You guys are in college. You're college students. You're here to learn. You're here to do this. We've been there and done that. We've been students too. We had to learn. We had to go through this and the nerves and, doing it over and over and over again. And let me tell you, even seasoned professionals, they get nervous too. And sometimes we trip up as well, so our team, we applaud you guys for even volunteering to sign up for this and give it a try. So just know this is all learning experience for you guys. So let me ask this. How many of y'all have come in to the Career Center so far? Anna, you work at the Career Center. Yeah? Okay. So let me just go over our services while our judges are writing down their scores and their comments. So everything that we do is geared towards career development. So we do a lot of resume reviews, cover letter reviews, mock interviews, and by we, I mean Colum. As Colum said, he's our career coach. So he does a lot of resume reviews. And that, like I said, it could be cover letters. And I'm going to bring Colum up probably after the next person and let him talk more about that. He also does presentations in classrooms, so you may have seen him in your classroom. We also offer career fairs. So let's see, this semester we did 4. So we have an all majors career fair, and then we have risk management, insurance, construction management, and education, and health sciences. So, and those employers that come to those career fairs are they're mainly looking for full-time jobs and internships, but probably some of them, there might be some part-time jobs mixed in there as well. And I'll bring Johnny up to talk more about what he does as student employment coordinator in part-time jobs, but we just inherited that position in our office, so we may be adding another career fair to our schedule just for part-time jobs. So those are some things that we offer. I don't want to give everything away right now because, like I said, I'm going to bring them up and let them talk. And Victoria, I'm going to let you come up and talk about Handshake at some point. Handshake is our online job board where we have employers post part-time jobs, full-time jobs, internships, all that. So hopefully you've at least heard about Handshake, and hopefully you've activated your Handshake account and set up your profile, which is a lot like LinkedIn, but it's geared towards college students. So how many Handshake accounts do we have set up? 1, 2, a few? Okay, awesome. Good deal. Let's see who we have next. Raphael, where's Raphael? There he is, okay. Raphael is Computer Information Systems. He's a senior, and he's going to be pitching a business plan. Okay, so we'll give them just a few more minutes to get settled, and let me get over here to my timer, and I'll show you the plan, okay?
Good afternoon, everyone. One of the biggest resources for college students is a platform for them to be able to communicate with each other and vent struggles they go through. My app, Unisync, is a platform and it's a safe place for students to come together, vent their ideas to go through, and offer solutions as college students and what they did to go through that. My app would also be providing a platform for students to come together and create courses or classes on the app in such a way that they can all come together and have different segments of the classes broken down into smaller pieces. In other words, as we have classes online nowadays, they can just go off on the app and just create a class and everyone else joins the class. And also with this app, you can buy and sell books on the app. Students can come together, sell the product, buy the product on the app. And one very important thing that this app does provide is the fact that this app makes it possible for students to go in there and look up the events going on campus. For example, CAB, SGA, the International Studies Association, every single event we have, you can just go in there and you can find all this app in there rather than having to go through all those sources. And with this app, once you click on the event you want to go to, it provides the location for you. And all you have to do is just click on the location and it takes you to the actual place you want to go to. This app is better than the regular social media we have in the sense that with this app, you can just go in there, you have every single thing the student needs on there. And for this app, we're asking for a donation of $7,000.
Time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raphael. Okay, Colin. I didn't prepare you guys at all, so.
You gotta be prepared.
Always be prepared.
All right, guys. Well, first of all, I just want to say for each one of you that are sitting here in front of you today, in front of me, I should say, you can applaud yourselves for even being in attendance here, because this is a highly challenging situation where you're trying to gather all of your thoughts, your skills, strengths, weaknesses, values, interests, and package them into an essential product that someone might be interested in or a job that you're looking to apply for. It's not an easy thing, especially with the time constraints that you're under. So I just want to say for each one of you, if you take this competition today as an investment in yourself, these situations are challenging, and that's really what's going to be ahead of you in the future. Uncomfortable situations that potentially can leapfrog you into the places where you want to go. So whether you perform well to your expectations or not today, really well done, and keep taking steps like this to get where you want to go in your careers. And it is going to add up over time, okay? So as many of you know already, my name is Colin Burke. I am the career coach here at ULM. The services that I mainly cover stem from anywhere between job searching to LinkedIn profile development, resume reviews, graduate school applications like statements of purpose. I'm regularly doing those with students now. Also, enabling students to become more aware about their skill sets, strengths, weaknesses, values, interests, because all of that really pertains to how well you can market yourself when you're given an opportunity like this inside an interview and otherwise. So I like to build up with the bank of self-awareness that you bring to the table, why you've really decided to go on your career journeys and where that's looking like in the 5 years to come, and essentially being able to be comfortable pitching yourself in front of anyone at any time, because inevitably we need to know the roots of why we're making certain decisions for ourselves, so that when these interviews come our way, we can step up and we can execute. So things like this, activities like this, are going to make a substantial improvement on how we can deliver and convey aspects about ourselves and our careers in the future. And so for each one of you, as I said, if you're not happy with maybe some of the stuff you produced today, think about booking an appointment with us at the Career Center. Maybe it's something that you want to get better at writing about yourself. Cover letters have been a struggle for you in the past, or maybe you don't even know what a cover letter is, but I know I need to submit them for job applications. Or maybe my interviewing isn't up to scratch and you want to polish up on those verbal communication skills. We can also help you with that. If you're looking at a graduate program, looking to tailor your resume towards the requirements that they're looking for, you're not sure whether certain, your CV is up to scratch, that's also something that we're doing. So many of you may have already come for one reason or another, and I recognize a few faces, and I thank you for availing of our service at the Career Center. But just know that each one of our staff have something that could potentially give you a helping hand as you move forward in your career journeys. And I just want to wish you all the best if you haven't completed already, and or if you want to come and see us in the future, do not hesitate. You know where we are, 139 Sandal Hall. And happy to assist whenever we get the chance. So thanks.
Thank you, Colin. Okay, we'll go ahead and bring up our next competitor, Miss Hannah Flynn. She is a sophomore management major, and she too will be pitching a business plan. Okay, so you go first. One second. We'll wait till he gets finished.
Good morning. My name is Hannah Flynn. I'm a business management major here at ULM, and I think I have the next great business idea. So how often do you get a minor cut or scratch, and then the tearing off of the Band-Aid is more painful than the actual injury? Not to mention the sticky residue left over from the Band-Aid, as well as the waste created each time you throw it away. Band-Aids are supposed to offer protection, not pain. So my solution is dissolvables. Dissolvables, similar to dissolvable stitches, are a temporary Band-Aid that lasts for a period of time and then it dissolves into the skin. So when you first put on the dissolvable, it lasts about 24 hours, providing protection, and then it begins to dissolve into a solvent that provides like an ointment and creates a disinfectant that dissolves into the skin. So not only do dissolvables provide a alternative to the regular annoyance of Band-Aid pain, but they also offer an environmentally friendly alternative to Band-Aid waste. To make this product happen, I'm asking for help with startup fees and manufacturing costs in exchange for 49% of my business. If you would like to join me on this business endeavor, you can contact me with the information provided on my business card, and I look forward to hopefully working with some of you in the future. Thank you very much for your time.
Johnny?
Again, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you guys are doing all right today. My name is Johnny Marsall. I am the Student Employment Coordinator here in the Career Center. And so part of my position is to help on-campus federal work study students obtain jobs around campus. And then there's also two programs we also have in the Career Center. That's Federal Work Study Community Service, and we have Job Location Development. So with these programs, previously, they have not been developed as much. Our goal in the Career Center is try to develop these programs as much as possible to provide opportunities for people and students like yourselves. So with Federal Work Study Community Service, we basically take federal work study eligible students and try to find nonprofit organizations in the community that align with their future career aspirations as much as possible. We only have one as of now. We do have two that's in the ringer. We're trying to develop them as much as possible and get those connections secured. Again, with that, you would be federal work study eligible. We'd be able to match you, and then we actually be able to pay you federal funds. So a lot of people are not federal work study eligible, and that's fine, that's okay. That's where job location and development come in at. So with that program, we try to match jobs with students' career aspirations as much as possible. And with that, that employer is paying the students 100%. What we do is try to find those employers in the community and match them with those students as much as possible. I think this is an excellent program. So far, we've developed some great partnerships, and I mean, it's kind of running. I hate to say it like that, but it's going really well, and I'm kind of proud of our team for helping me and helping us develop as much as possible. So with that, if you guys visit our Career Center webpage, you'll find campus employment on there. I actually just added a new JLD program and partnership today. So if you guys are looking for a job or looking for a part-time position, go visit our website. The supervisors' names are on there. If you guys have any questions in between time, you guys can contact me. I'm more than welcome to help. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys need anything as far as, career support, call them here, and we have Ms. Victoria, you have Ms. Kristen, you have Ms. Shawnee. So I think it's an excellent team, and I think the programs and the services that we're offering is pretty cool. So if you guys need anything, again, we're here to help. And
You want about Appreciation Week coming up?
So also, if you guys are student workers, we do have National Student Employment Week coming up. That's going to be from April 12th to April 15th. That Monday, we're going to do Donut Mondays. Tuesdays, we're going to do Too Sweet Tuesday. And Wednesday, we're going to have our student ceremony. Again, that's going to be where we present awards to the most outstanding students in each department. So if you guys are student workers, I encourage you guys to come by, visit. Everything's completely free, of course. So, and again, this is just a way that we show our gratitude and appreciation to you guys. I'm not sure if you guys realize, but within a university or college and institution, it takes a lot to run these operations. And as our student workers, I mean, you guys provide an abundance of support for us. You guys learn a lot, you guys train a lot, and it's just only right that we take time to support and show appreciation to you guys. So I hope that you guys come by and visit. And also, like Ms. Kristen mentioned earlier, going towards the fall year, we will have it's more of like an on-campus / off-campus student employment fair, to where you guys will be able to come and browse actual employers that's hiring students. So I really encourage you guys to come visit, come stop by and actually participate, because I'm pretty sure you'll find a lot of opportunities you didn't know that existed. If you guys need anything, again, my name is Johnny Marsall. You can look me up in the directory, and that's pretty much everything. Good luck, you guys.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, up next we have Reagan. Where's Reagan? Reagan is a graduate student studying business administration, and he will be pitching a business plan today.
Good afternoon, everyone. As COVID rates continue to decrease and our lives slowly return back to normal, there's a growing issue plaguing college students. Depression, substance abuse, and overall poor physical and mental health are being reported at alarming rates across the nation. At Wake Up Bridge, we've made it our company's goal and personal responsibility to improve the lives of users to help you implement better morning routines. Our app works by offering financial incentives to users for waking up early and accomplishing some level of physical activity. Funds for our app are generated through in-app advertising sales. However, our intention is not to make a quick buck off of selling advertisements to students. Our intention is to help young adults seize the many benefits of waking up early and getting physical. These benefits include improved concentration, enhanced productivity, and the release of endorphins through exercise. If you'd like to improve the physical and mental health of college students across the nation, invest in Wake Up Bridge today. My name is Reagan Lloyd, founder and creator of Wake Up Bridge, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Victoria.
Hello again, everybody. As I stated earlier, my name is Victoria George, and I'm the assistant director. So Kristen wanted me to discuss a handshake. I saw a few hands, individuals who said that you're already signed up under Handshake as a student. So for those of you who don't know what Handshake is, it's an online job board that connects students to employers nationally and internationally. So once you enroll as a student, you'll be able to look up employers for internships as well as job opportunities. Most of the job opportunities are entry-level jobs. And this year, during the pandemic, we also were able to do virtual sessions for the career fair. So we had face-to-face as well as virtual. So on the virtual fair, when you sign under Handshake, you're able to get in group sessions and you're able to talk with employers who will tell you a little bit about their company, and you're able to schedule one-on-one sessions that are no more than 10 minutes long, and so you get to have that one-on-one time with them. So potentially you may get the job if you do that. So there's several benefits to signing up. I'm sorry, this thing always has me out of breath. So there's several benefits to joining. You may potentially get an internship that may lead to a new position in another state. Also, like I said, internationally, and depending on where you're interested in working. And if you have any questions, you can always call the Career Center and you can ask questions about it. You can ask anybody about it, but I'm the main one that handles that account, so you can always call and ask for me.
Thank you, Victoria. Okay. Our next competitor is Justin. He is a senior as well and a management major. What are,
Junior management major?
general management?
Junior.
Oh, a junior. Well, look, I'm promoting you to senior. You're not ready to go yet?
Not yet.
Okay. And he's going to be applying for a job. Okay, so give me just a minute, Justin. I'm ready when you are.
Hi, my name is Justin Gibson, and I'm a management major here at University of Louisiana at Monroe, pursuing my first degree in business management in hopes of becoming a consultant. My number one goal in life is to be successful in every aspect of life, right now as a student and a son, and in the future as a father, a husband, and a professional. My desire to be successful has allowed me to develop a unique set of skills that include communication, resiliency, and understanding what I don't know. Being the president of the Society for Human Resource Management Club here at ULM has taught me that I love people. I like talking to people, I like interacting with people, and I think I can get the most out of someone just by having a conversation with them. Playing basketball my whole life has taught me how to be resilient. You won't win every game or make every play, but being able to learn from your mistakes and apply them to your next journey in life is the key to being successful. And lastly, what's hardest for most people is easy for me. I understand what I don't know. I get that I don't know everything, but I also understand that I am capable of figuring anything out. With that being said, if you have any further questions, you can contact me at my email, justin.gibson@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Shawnee, you hadn't had a turn. I know you got stuff to say. Oh, I don't have to tell you what to talk about. Shawnee, how long? You've been with me the longest. How long have you worked at the center now?
I've worked at the center. Good evening, afternoon again, everyone. I am the office manager. I'm also the student worker and graduate assistant supervisor. Basically, I've been at the Career Center with Miss Kristen. This is my fourth year going into the Career Center. Now, in the past, when we did have the normalcy of Career Center, we offered so many events. And hopefully in the fall, we'll be able to bring some of those events back. So if you are still here or any students that are watching via Zoom, our career fair that's coming up in the spring, we'll bring back our JCPenney suit up event because Kristen did get an email about it. You all are welcome to come to it. I'm sure we're hoping it's going to be face to face. They offer about what was that?
Do you want to talk a little bit about what JCPenney suit up is?
JCPenney event is basically it prepares students, give you an opportunity to come in and shop for career attire. Also, they have a scrub line for our health science majors. They give you, I think, maybe 40% off as well, but I think that's ordered strictly online. You can't order that in store, go into the store and purchase it. But the actual other attire that you can get is everything is professional. That's what you get the extra 40. It was 40% off. I don't know. It may have went to 30 at one point, but hopefully it will happen. It's you shop after hours. The store opens strictly for ULM students, Grambling Tech, and Delta Community College students. So you're able to come in from like 6 until 9 to shop, and Grambling actually bus in students. So this year we're going to talk to our VP about getting us a bus and hopefully getting our students over there so that we can have more students signed up as and count those students as being a part of that event. Also, our style show. This past year, of course, it had to be virtual, but hopefully this year coming, it would be a face-to-face event. That is a chance to show what you should and should not wear to career fairs, okay? So get involved in that, sign up through our office. We'd love for you to come out and model your nice attire and show students what not to wear. Now, the one thing that we do try to stress at our career fairs is to dress nice. Meaning you really don't want to go to an interview with jeans on, okay? You want to look nice. Then you want to have on a button-up shirt or a nice pullover shirt with slacks. Ladies also suit, shirt, dress, skirt, slacks, nothing with jeans, nothing with holes in it, no shorts, anything like that. And one thing, ladies also wear closed-toe shoes. I looked over at Hannah's feet, and I know she looked up and like, oh Lord, but no, you're okay. Today. So basically that's it. Besides our other events that we're going to try to bring new things, hopefully this coming fall when we get back open. So,
yep. Perfect.
Right?
Thank you, Shawnee.
You're welcome.
You see who runs this office. It's not me. Okay, and so our next competitor, Gunor, if you would come up. He is actually in the, he's pursuing a doctor of pharmacy, and he is going to be applying for a job today. Okay, so give me 1 second to get back over. I'm ready when you are.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Gunor Benapal and I'm a third-year student pharmacist at the University of Louisiana Monroe. I plan on applying for a hospital staff pharmacist job after graduation. I'm very passionate about this field of pharmacy. I'm interested in this 4th-year intern, or rather extern, inpatient position for 2 key reasons. First and foremost, I like to implement my strategies of openness and inclusiveness in order to achieve optimal patient outcomes. And I like to do this by coordinating with nurses and physicians to achieve that. And I did so during my undergraduate years working as an emergency department medical scribe. Secondly, it would allow me to build on my introductory clinical rotation experience I gained during my 2nd year. Both of these positions were held at Lake Charles Memorial Hospital, the only level 3 trauma center in our region. So to have that exposure was very enlightening and rewarding. Moving forward, I like to make sure to achieve those principles. And again, I want to make sure to implement all of these principles for the St. Francis Medical Center community. If granted the opportunity, I would do so with honor and passion. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me via my email, grenord3195@gmail.com.
We're at time, good one. Thank you. Okay, so this is the last kind of time filler we have before our last competitor. What questions do y'all have for us? Anything you've heard? What questions do you have about if you've interviewed before? Do you have any questions about that? Or interviewing in the future? Anybody? Somebody be brave. Y'all are already brave by being here. Yes.
Are there any programs to help international students find positions, internships, stuff like that? Because many of the positions at career fairs are for domestic students.
Oh, come here. So he was asking, are there any programs for international students as far as employers hiring for jobs and internships for international students?
So, I mean, first of all, it really depends for a number of reasons, which I'll say first. If you're a STEM major, you know, going into the OPT field post-graduation, you have 2 to 3 years, depending on your major, which an employer is more likely to take a chance on you versus your 1-year OPT. In the last 6 months, there has been an increased decline in the amount of H-1B applicants entering specialized work, and that comes into play with regards to, you know, salary fluctuations. In other words, if you're offered a lower salary amount for a full-time job here in the US, the chances of you getting decline in your H-1B is greater. So in other words, the more specialized, the more high-paying role you apply for, coming out of it being an international student to a specialized worker here, the more chance you have of being accepted. Now, are there any said programs in terms of promoting this at the moment, getting an influx of internationals? I think if you're in the tech industry, you're very much in safe hands with not being biased towards taking chances on international students. I think you're much more likely to get hired as an international student if you go for a pretty widely known corporation or a university. And there's kind of 2 reasons for that. A university has a larger timeline or window of opportunity to capitalize on the H-1B restrictions than a normal corporation does. And also, for obvious reasons, if, say, you know, Google or Amazon in Austin are trying to hire someone, they have an abundance of money to pay that person, or, you know, a couple of thousand to them is nothing. Hence why the likes of Lumen, the likes of IBM are less hesitant to take on someone if they're specialized enough in their field, if they've had previous experience with them, and so on. So I think my advice for international students is usually, number 1, take it as if you need to be a million miles better than the next person and leave no stone unturned, which is probably obvious answers. But also, you know, look for corporations that essentially you believe are big enough to where the 5,000 or whatever it is for H1B accepted. You would know the figure on that. Because I'm an international
As you can tell,
student.
yes, he's from
So,
Ireland, so
you know,
he's being sponsored.
So I'm here for the same, you know, and I would always tell people, well, that I lucked out, you know, and I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in. But I would also say in that I'm living proof of someone, if you can continuously, you know, try your best to make yourself stand out, then there are chances for you there. So, you know, to answer your question, like strictly, are there programs to employ international students more so than domestic, or are there companies that are putting strategies in place to increase diversity from an international standpoint? I don't know of any, but that's something I can certainly look into. There was another website that I got last year that particularly specializes in helping OPT students find work. But saying that, I've helped a number of students in the last year, particularly an old classmate of mine who was from Serbia. She actually, you know, was searching the whole COVID period. So she had two barriers in her way. You know, companies were taking a hit in terms of their expenditure or their ability to expend on international workers. They were trying to save money. So furloughs and everything were already prevalent. Then you're trying to take on an international worker. It's a even bigger difficulty than it is usually, but she was still successful because, you know, honestly, she was absolutely relentless in trying to apply for roles, and she was pretty willing to broaden her scope in terms of what she wanted to apply for. She was a psychology major that went into academic advising, HR, so she was really, you know, opening windows of opportunity, and who ended up hiring her was TJ Maxx as a HR assistant. So again, widely known company that essentially, you know, 5,000 or what have you, and because they have such a strong e-commerce presence where online sales are never really going to plummet to the same degree as, say, someone who relies on tourism or so forth, they weren't necessarily impeded by the COVID pandemic the same way someone else was. And so I think just analyzing that in hindsight, that's why she was successful. And so you can see that certain restrictions aren't going to impede students. So as I said, you know, you having the 2 to 3 years in your favor. Can I ask you what major you are, Chief?
Computer science.
Okay, so like I would imagine that for someone who's an international student, you're probably in the best field. And you know, from one thing I've realized working with international students is all of you guys are pretty detail oriented and relentless, I would say, with your approach to staying here in the US, and that, you know, there really is no other alternative for at least what I've seen. And so I think as well, for the employers that have attended the career fairs, I generally see the tech ones as the more willing to sponsor, you know, as I said, IBM, Lumen, and so forth. And so, you know, you did an internship in California, correct? Yeah. So you're willing to relocate pretty much anywhere. And I think with that being in congruency with what happened with my friend Tamara, is that having more options open of relocation, job roles, etc., is really your best bet coming into the next, you know, 2 years or so on. And I think as things begin to incline again for people's, you know, income in terms of their companies, you will see a wider array of companies beginning to be willing to sponsor again. But at the moment, I gave you a very long answer for a question that I don't have an exact answer on. But I hope it reinforced some.
One thing to add, if there's a lack of employers hiring international students at a career fair, he was kind of touching on this, do your research and find those companies that would be willing, and we can help. So if you, even if they're not at the career fair, if you bring those jobs to us, those job descriptions and information about the company, we can sit and look at it with you and coach you through how to prepare your resume to apply for that company and sort of coach you through that way.
Right. And as I was saying, you know, my own friend is the example. Like I helped her that entire time. Like we polished her LinkedIn profile. She was making cold calls via direct messaging on LinkedIn to people that honestly had no postings available. And so I'm not saying I had any part to play in it because she was just so persistent, but I did help her with every aspect of the job search process to application materials, and she was successful inevitably. And, she had, times on the phone where she was crying because she was having, her deadline was coming up in 3 months, and, it was a tough time for her, but she prevailed. She's now, actually just got married last week. So like, I think she's seen the other side of the coin now that she's put in the work, and I know you're going to. And we certainly have a lot that we can help you with along that journey. So feel free to stop by. Of course.
Go see Colin.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Go see Colin. Okay, thank you, Colin. And thank you for the question. That was a great question. And Ahish, you are up next. He's computer science major and a senior, correct? And I did not write, are you applying for a job or a business? Job? Okay, applying for a job. All right, come up and let me get my timer ready and move on.
Hello, my name is Ashish Dev, and I'm a product manager and software developer at Louisiana Small Business Development Center, or LSBDC. As a software developer, I have made software solutions for various local small businesses that have helped them save up to $70,000 in last year alone in operations. As a program manager, I'm currently overseeing 3 different projects and working with a team of 7 developers. This is what excites me. I love to work in teams that are committed to making great products, and I love to make solutions for real-world problems. The role of a junior software developer at your company really captured my interest because what you're doing in the technology field is perfectly in line with my passion and my expertise, finding solutions for complex problems. I believe this role is an excellent opportunity for me to swiftly add tremendous value and to grow exponentially because of the diverse range of clients and products at your company. As demanded by the job, I've experienced working in Java, Python, and other web-related frameworks. I have also extensive knowledge in Git, DevOps, and other techniques that make teamwork and app development swift and efficient. I would love to talk more about how I can add value to this particular role and in your company over a meeting sometimes. My email address is dva@warhawks.ulm.edu. I would love to have a business card of yours. If not, I already know your email. I'll send you a follow-up email very soon. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you. Okay, so that concludes all of our competitors. Thank you guys so much. Give yourselves another round of applause. Y'all do a wonderful job. And so they're going to work on your score sheets, and then once they're done, our team will take all of the score sheets and add them up. And then we will announce the winners. So we're doing first, second, and third. We have money prizes. First place gets $150. Second place gets $100, and third place gets $50. Okay. So while they are working on that, another question. Who's done internships in here? Anybody? Has anybody actually done? You've done an internship? Y'all done internships? Okay. So he was saying you interned in California? Yes. Okay. Are you in a residency right now in the pharmacy?
I'm currently a pharmacy intern working with CVS. However, I'm more leaning towards the residency/hospital route.
Okay.
But it was those second-year experiences that piqued my interest as well as my past experiences.
Okay. Very good. Okay, awesome. Yeah. What's your internship?
I did internship here. I did market research in Sandoval.
Where was yours?
Sandoval.
Oh, in Sandal?
Research.
Who did you work with?
It was in this Sandoval.
Okay. So he's done an internship actually on campus. So for those of you that have done them, you understand how important they are. And for the rest of you guys and maybe anyone watching, there are some academic programs where it is required of you to complete an internship in order to graduate. It's actually built into your curriculum. So you're pretty much going to get those opportunities no matter what. But there are degree programs that do not require that. And so if you're in one of those degree programs, we definitely encourage you to find an internship. And that is something that we help with. So, you know, students will ask, they've asked me before, I'm sure they've asked Colin as well, if I have the same degree as the rest of everyone else in my class, and we've kind of sort of been involved in the same organizations, how do I stand out amongst my direct competitors here and then at other schools? You know, how do I stand out? And research that we've read says that internships are the best way to stand out. Because you're actually getting that hands-on experience, not like a part-time job where you might be filing paperwork or answering phones or things of that nature, but something that very much relates to your academic studies. Something that you're sitting in the classroom and you're learning about the theories of, you know, these things, and you're reading it on paper, how it works. But then you take that knowledge that you've learned in the classroom and you go actually do it. So it's one thing to learn it, and you need that foundation for sure. But then you go apply it, and you learn if it's what you really want to do or it's not what you want to do, because now's the time to figure that out. And oftentimes it's through internships or having a mentor or something of that nature where you actually get in and see it and do it yourself, where you go, okay, this is for sure what I want, or this is not what I thought it was, and I need to change my major ASAP. We also have a mentorship program that we run out of our office, and we had a student go through it twice, and I think she probably changed her major 5 times. Because she was, and I mean, when I first talked to her, she was dead set. This is what I want to do. And I mean, she had a whole plan laid out. And that was in science field. And now she's in like sort of fine arts or humanities. So she completely went a different direction. But it was because she got exposed. She met with mentors, and her mentor introduced her to other people. And they talked to her, and she sort of sifted through, and she figured out what she really wanted to do. And in the end, it was completely different from where she was. So, you know, that's why all of this is important, that you get those hands-on experiences. And also being involved on campus and organizations. So, you know, students go, I don't have any experience. I'm young, no one will hire me. You know, how can I get experience? Get involved. Volunteer, even if it's for a day, something, because when you're working with people and you're working on projects, even if it's not a job, it's, you know, you're in SGA or something of that nature, you're having to work with people and be part of meetings and maybe lead meetings, and you're learning teamwork. So all of that you can translate. I used that word earlier. So you may say, I haven't had a job, but I've been involved in these different things, and I've accumulated the skill set because of my involvement. And you're able to look at a job description and say, oh, you want someone with excellent organizational skills. Well, I was the vice president or the secretary of SGA. And because of that, I had to do ... There you go. So those are just all, you know, it's very important to get involved and understand everything that you're doing, how it translates to where you're trying to go. Okay, are we ready? All right, perfect. So we're going to take their sheets and add them up and then pull them out. And while we do this, judges, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. If any of the judges would like to come up, and I'll just ask that you come up, because we do have some students watching on here. And, you know, if you want to sort of reiterate what we've talked about today, talk about why this is important. You can talk about your career path, how you got to where you are. That's always very interesting to students, because oftentimes I think students see someone at the top and they don't realize the journey that it took there, that you did not start at the top. But there's a whole journey that got you there. So if y'all want to come up and you can talk about today and kind of what you saw today and all of that, y'all just take turns coming up while we add up the sheets.
Take a little break, and I'll be right up there.
Okay, sure.
right around the corner, yes.
Good afternoon. The first thing that I would like to do is commend each of you for participating on today. You all did a great job. I think that when you take these opportunities, it helps with growth. And so I'm just very excited to see you. And some of you will be hearing from me after today because I'm very interested in some of the things that you did share with us on today. So, of course, I'm Dr. Fields, Vice President for Student Affairs here. And I started as a kindergarten teacher. That's how my career path started. I am from a family of educators. My mom has 9 brothers and sisters. All of them taught except one. And on my dad's side of the house, he was an educator. He and one of his brothers was an educator, and the other was an engineer. So all of the family members were in some form of education or something, some job that led, from teaching to something else. After teaching, I was able to land jobs in administration because I received my master's degree and a specialist degree in administration and supervision. And so after that, I was not quite interested in pursuing a terminal degree, but I taught someone that was in a doctoral program, and they came back and they reminded me that I always tell students to be the best that they can be. And so I presented at her class, and at the end of the class, her instructor came up and asked me to enter into the doctoral program at Louisiana Tech University. And I was able to do that and not pay for school at all. They offered me a fellowship to come there. So I actually went to school and taught during the summers there while I was working on my doctoral degree. So I left and I came to work at here. Then it was Northeast Louisiana University, so I updated myself. And after working here for 10 years, I left and I went to South Carolina. And I was there for 13 years. And so coming back in this capacity has been very rewarding for me. To be asked to come back and do what I'm doing right now has been very exciting. So I hope that as you continue to matriculate here at the university, you begin to see the changes that the administration is most definitely putting forth with the Student First Initiative. I do believe in that, and I do believe in supporting students to ensure that you are able to move to the next level in whatever way we can do to assist you and help you get there. We are here to do that. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. I don't talk in front of people that much. Well, actually, I do. When doing a presentation or trying to sell yourself, either a pitch or a long form conversation, I always found that, you have somebody you never met before. So you're dealing with that introduction. You're like, I don't know me, I don't know them. So always work for me when getting to know somebody who I want to get to know, or I want to get them to know more about me, is maybe try to find a common interest. Maybe something you may see that maybe something you know about them. Say, hey, I know you like to watch your Redskins. You see what they did yesterday? Isn't that pretty cool? Or, I understand you like that movie. Yeah, I remember that scene. Isn't that nice? Find a common interest with somebody you're trying to know. That means a little bit more research, a little bit more work. Some of the things you can probably get from just noticing them. Like in blues, my dad has this tie. Oh, I just bought that tie the other day. I got a Kohl's for like $19. Did you get a good deal too? Something that breaks the ice. It's called an icebreaker. And then after you do that, now it's like, I'm engaged. Okay, who are you? Now I kind of know there's some relatability there. So now we can start from there when it comes to getting to know people. And other things I notice whenever you want to try to engage and you are sometimes nervous, or maybe you can't think straight because you can't believe this is happening right now. Use your nerves, use your faults for your benefit. Say, I'm really nervous because I never thought I'd meet the chairman of NBC News. Excuse me, what I'm going to say. I love that. People love that because they say, you're now taking the initiative to want to meet me, and you don't care how it's making your knees wobble, but you want to get close to me and tell me more about you, so possibly I can hire you or help you in life. Use everything that's your fault to your benefit. If you're nervous, say it. I'm nervous. I'm sorry I'm talking to you. I'm nervous, but just give me a moment. People will be like, hey, I've been there. I was nervous too talking to some news director or general manager of some time. Come on, what do you want to tell me? They'll forgive you for everything you do. And you will find yourself much more calm because they'll set the tone calmly. And you'll find yourself more relaxed and they'll set the conversation relaxed. Another type of person, which college students today, you all have this, you're very overly confident. All of you. You don't want to probably admit it now, but you all think you can do everything. You can be CEOs tomorrow. I love that. Some people call that a little cocky. I think it's great. Think that you can do it all, even if you can't. Because you have to believe in yourself more than anybody else. And if you believe in yourself, well, you know what? I might believe in you too. So if you come up here and you never met anybody and you don't have that believable skills, then they may feel the same thing about you that you feel about you. So have that, but also have some realistic aspect of the fact that you can do what you say. So you don't want to be over like, yeah, I can do that, but actually you can't. You know, that old adage that people even say today, fake it till you make it, can work, but if you're in a situation that you actually have to do it and you can't, and I leave the room and you still sitting there saying, 30 minutes later, then I don't have any use for you anymore. So fake it till you make it, but at least know something for now. So you want to have that confidence, but you also want to have the ability to carry it through. I think those are the essence that you need when you meet anybody, whether it's an interview, whether it's something like something you want to sell a product or anything like that. You can use these tools and they work very, very well. You know, I'm a television news director right now, which I'm loving. It was a great job. Before this, I was a TV reporter, anchor for a couple of decades. I know I look pretty young. That's pretty. But for a moment, I also ran for office in Palo Alto, California, which is the home of Silicon Valley. I was a city council candidate. Had a great time campaigning, getting to know people. And I had a little break in between being a talent to going into management. And I enjoyed on the campaign field because I had a chance to talk to all types of people. Some I hadn't any knowledge of what their backgrounds were, what they wanted in life, or how I could connect to them. But I made it a way where I seemed concerned, which I was, about every single person. And I think when you're selling yourself, whether it's a job, a product, just anything, if you're talking in any conversation, you want to feel like you're engaged to that person just as much as you want them to be engaged to you. That's so, so important because then they feel like they can have a conversation. They can feel like there's some type of connection. And once that starts happening, they'll vote for you, they'll hire you, they'll call you back, they'll introduce you to a friend because now they can vouch for you. Now they say you're not just that regular old Joe or Jane walking past them. So making those connections are more important than anything else. Making that connection of ability is more important than anything else. You know, finding a relatability to who you want to connect to. It's so important. It is so, so important. And it's so little simple things that you can do. Just like I said, find some connectability. Whether it's, you know, how they dress, or movies, or whether or not they have experience in sports, college they went to, something like that. Hey, my brother went to that university. I looked at it on LinkedIn. They said Georgetown was a great place. Something like that. Any little connectability that connects you to that new person who you're trying to connect to, use it and then expand it. And then they'll bring you in. Right now, I'm interviewing a lot of people for reporter jobs and digital producer jobs. And the thing that I look for, more importantly, in my hiring process, is whether or not they have a fire in the belly. I look for it. I sit back there like Johnny Bench. I'm like, okay, say all you want, but I want to hear how interested you are into journalism. You know, I don't want to hear how much you want the job. I don't want to hear how cool it is. I want to hear that you live and breathe journalism. That's what I'm listening for. And when I hear that, that's my connectability because that's who I am. So I'm listening for someone that connects with me. And that's what a lot of people want when they meet you, whether they want to do business with you or actually hire you. So make sure you know something about who you're talking to and don't go in cold. And if you do go in cold, be observant. If you're in an office and you see a boat in the back of her desk, oh, you go boating? That's pretty cool. All right. Oh, you do it? Yeah, I've been on a boat. Yeah, sure. What type of boat you? Now they've broken down. You're just number 11223 candidate 4. You're now somebody who I can relate to. So relatability is everything, and it helps you so much. And especially use your weaknesses against you. If you're nervous, say it. If you, lost your mind, like, I can't talk right now because this is, say it. That makes the person feel like, okay, you are so nervous. You're so stumbling, but you are willing to have the strength to come see me. Oh my God, I have the respect to now give to you to speak, and I will sit there and let you get through it, and we'll talk, and I'll understand that what you did was very brave, and I'll appreciate that. People look at those things. They make a big difference. But that connectability, that's your number one thing. You do that, you're gonna have some great successes in this world. In business, everything, no matter what aspect of your career, whatever it is, television, business, banking, medicine, whatever it is, if you connect with people, if you have that connectability, that they like you and they feel warm about you, people will do amazing things for you before you know it. I mean, you will find people picking up the phone and helping you get jobs. And you're just like, all I did was say hi to this person, but it's that you connected with them. A perfect example before I end is that I had a young lady who applied for an MMJ, which is a reporter position. She had no real. And a normal news director would have been like, please, do not, doesn't have the requirements for the job. Next. I looked at her resume. And I said, well, she has a lot of digital experience. So I called her. And I said, you're not going to work for the MMJ job. She says, oh, okay. I said, but I got a digital producer job. Apply for it, and maybe we'll talk. She applied for it. She interviewed today. We hired her about 2 hours ago. Connectability. We had a conversation. I felt good about the conversation. I felt warm about the conversation. She had that fire in her belly for news. I gave her a shot. Her resume did have some good presentation, but it wasn't the job we wanted. But we hired her for something else because we connected. She gave a link of all the things she was doing for her college on her college newspaper, and had all these great articles she wrote. So I saw that connection there. So find your connections with everybody you possibly can, and it's not just even in your field. I may know some people. These wonderful people might know some people. The folks in the Career Center may know some people. It's all the whole world of everybody connecting just to find the right link. And now that I'm a hiring manager, I find that we're all looking for good talent and good people. So the more confident ones, the more bold ones, the ones that connect, the ones that are strong to be observant, how I can connect to you, those are the ones who make it through. The ones that just come in there, unprepared, hoping that, oh, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but maybe they'll like me. I'm sorry, they're not gonna get hired unless someone has sympathy. I'm just being real. So come in here bold, and if you're nervous, say you are, and people will have an understanding to you more than you're aware. You all can be very successful. I'm telling you, I'm on the other side now, and I'm telling you, from a hiring manager point of view, people want good people. If you have a weakness, use that to your advantage. If you're already got that interview right now, keep doing it, keep rehearsing, find out connectability and relatability before you talk to somebody, know who they are. Use that in your interviews. Use that no matter if you're talking to anybody. And always remember, this is what I tell anybody that works on any job that I'm at, is the people you work with are going to be connected to the people you are going to work with or going to know. Never say a situation that is now, well, I can do what I want, I'm not going to see you people no more. You'd be shocked that 3 people that you don't going to see no more, their cousins work at your next job you're going to be going to. And they may be the hiring manager. So always be a golden person throughout your entire career. You stay smooth, you're going to be fine. But don't ever think that this won't link to this, won't link to this. Your reputation is everything. That follows you everywhere you go, every step you go. Have a great reputation, be a good person, be a good giving, caring person. That's how you make it in this world. But connectability to everybody you talk to. Y'all can do it. It's a piece of cake. All right? Good luck.
I can't say any more than that. I mean, that's good. I think it's a great space for all of you to fail. If you need a place to fail and try, Kristen was saying, take this as a learning experience. If you are still running it over in your head, thinking I should have done this, I should have done that, yeah, that's what the space is for, to try, to experiment, and to fail if necessary. Because I have been in situations on real job interviews where I was nervous and not to call you up, sort of went like that in a real job. And excited to have a platform to try this first, to know what that felt like. So, that's okay. You learn from it and you grow from it. So I think this is a great thing to do for everyone. So thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right, you guys. So are y'all ready to know the placements? We excited? Y'all look scared to death. So I'm gonna announce third, first, second, and then first, okay? And then when I call your name, just come up here with me, okay? In third place, we have Miss Hannah Flynn. Congratulations. Okay, and in second place, we have Ahish. And in first place, we have Reagan Lloyd. All right, congratulations to you guys. And to the rest of you, thank you so much for coming and participating. It takes a lot of bravery to do something like this, especially if you've never done it before, and put yourself out there like that. And I promise you it will make you better. I mean, everything that they were saying, it's going to make you better in the future for your next endeavors. So thank you so much. And thank you to the judges for your time and for you guys being here and providing your feedback. So like I said in the email, your judges sheets, they provided comments for you all. So Ms. Shawnee Hall, she has your sheets. So on your way out, you'll just want to collect those from her. Okay, and with that, we conclude and we're done. And thank you so much.